prize ticket, while an unlucky one may draw a blank. I've heard many of them say that the mood of an examiner counts a lot, not to mention the pressure from the parents. Finally, the fatal day dawns. Due to tension, we all reach the examination hall as early as possible. Finally, the bell rings. We all settle down in the examination hall, calm and quiet, awaiting the question paper. There is a pin-drop silence in the hall. We get the papers in our shivering cold hands. When we read the questions, all the answers are at our fingertips though. And finally, we have done very well. All our fears are gone. And when the results come, we have scored the highest for all the subjects. These are exceptional for 25% of the bright students. A friend of ours has topped in the section. He spent all of his time studying, but he forgot the day for examination and he slept off. But when his teacher called, he had to rush to the examination hall. He wrote the exam and topped. So there are examinees like these also. But you see, he was prepared. Some of them blame their teachers for not giving any marks. But it's a different thing that their answers aren't fit for getting any marks. Now what's the use of blaming their teachers? Now some of them are failures in school, but toppers in life. And one such person was Albert Einstein. In his school days, he was an ordinary student. But in his later life, he was an extraordinary man. What examinations did Kalidas, Tagore, and Shakespeare take? They spent all their lives singing the songs of joy which spread the whole world. Common folks like us must accept examination as an inevitable feature and face them. We cannot afford to sing all our lives, but we must strive and struggle for it. As long as these examinations remain the mode of transport to material success, we cannot but take them. If we miss the bus, forever we shall regret. The time for preparation for an examination is not the day before, but the entire period prescribed. But is the success in examination a real test of one's skill and abilities? In this world, where judges people by the apparel they wear, the grade certificates play a very important role. As a matter of fact, examinations can alone filter the unwanted stuff. All said and done, there is no escape. All the best, folks, for your forthcoming exams. Over to you, Contest Master. Thank you.
Can we have 1 minute silence while the judges mark the ballots? The title of her speech, Go After It. Contestant number 3, Reshma Roy.
Only as high as I reach can I grow. Only as far as I seek can I go. Only as deep as I look can I see. And only as much as I dream can I be. Respected Contest Master, Toastmasters, judges, parents, and dear youth leaders. How many of us have the habit of making New Year resolutions? Can you please raise your hands up? Wow. And how many of you managed to fulfill at least half of it by the end of the year? Twice. There's a mental or a first creation and a physical or a second creation. It is all that we need to do is to make sure that the blueprint or the first creation is perfectly made. Then you are sure to achieve your dreams. And the third and the final plan is to work your dreams. You can't cross the sea by merely staring at the waters. And similarly, nothing in life can be achieved without hard work. Life is never easy without any work. Dream as if you live forever and work as if you will die today. The lives of great people like US President Barack Obama, our ex-president Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and our superstar Shah Rukh Khan all teach us the same thing. Hard work can enable you to achieve any great success in your life. So, Think about your dreams today onwards, start working on them, and try the simple steps that I've given you. As I've told you, the first step is very simple, visualize. The second step is very simple, write down. The last step is much more simple, just work for your plans. Live a life that you love by achieving your dreams. As our youth leader rightly said, it is not a dishonor not to reach a star, but it's a dishonor not to have a star to reach. Start thinking about your dreams today onwards. I conclude by telling you the secret of my success. Whenever I have a dream in front of me, I keep saying to my heart, I see it, I want it, and I will not rest without getting it. So, aim for the moon. Even if you don't reach there, you land up somewhere among the stars. Back to you, Contest Master.
Can we have 1 minute silence while the judges mark the ballots? Contestant number 4, Alex Gregory. The title of his speech, Changes That India Needs. The title of his speech, Changes That India Needs. Contestant number 4, Youth Leader Alex Gregory.
Thank you. Hello? This is mine? Nothing in this world is permanent except change. But the most important thing is that the change should be in the right direction, in the direction of progress. Good evening, respected contest master, dignitaries, and other guests. I think India is a very rich country. Beaten? Certainly not. Again, the reason is same. How can you be playing with more than half of your brothers and sisters, work hard day and night to toil in the soil of India, and hardly get nothing? Well, the next point that I would like to discuss is all about the Indian Space Research Organization, the ISRO. Well, I know that development in space technology and space field brings fame, respect, and to a certain extent money, cash to a country. And also the development of geostationary satellites, polar satellites, adds to a country's utility owing to its great needs in the field of topography, military surveillance, geographical aspects, weather forecasting, everything. But somebody please tell me, what is it that India, a country like India, earns by spending millions and millions of rupees yearly in creating, maintaining, and developing spacecrafts that go to the outer space in search of water and other resources? Is it that we fail to find resources like that in the Indian main continent itself? Certainly not, isn't it, people? So again, the maintenance, creation, and development of such spacecrafts should be the responsibility of countries that are developed, that do not have to focus on its biting poverty. So ladies and gentlemen, I guess my views have been perfectly verified and proved in this speech of mine. I would like to conclude by urging all you youth leaders, especially the youth leaders, by utilizing all your time, all the time you have without wasting a bit of it, to work hard, to work for a brighter India, so that tomorrow our children may play peacefully, may live in peace. Thank you.
Experiencing it in essentially two methods, rationally and emotionally. But however, these two capabilities never seem to be distributed uniformly between man and woman. The man, most in society, I personally admire the accomplishments of Joan of Arc, Indira Gandhi, Mother Teresa, and Madame Curie for their achievements in areas of valor, leadership, love, and scientific contributions for the betterment of the world we live in. What I find disturbing is we seem to have made very little progress compared to our primitive days. Most cultures are still yet caught in their tiny prisons of their own fashion, preventing the right of women to be exercised. Might is no more a right, intelligence is. And there is abundance of proof that women not only better, not equal, but also better at multitasking compared to the male. They are by nature endowed to be better teachers, better gifted to rock the cradle, and also the best to show love, compassion, and understanding. And yet, statistically, the figures are shocking. Is there really a difference, or are we as sophisticated societies viewing the truth through our polarized convictions? I believe that highlighting this major ignored subject is my feeble but earnest attempt to eradicate this ongoing misconception. And through my speech, I hope I make the world a fairer playground for women.
My dear parents, Very good afternoon to all. Today, I am standing in front of you to talk to you about an important issue that affects all of us: corruption. The desire to have more and more is inherent in man's nature, but to urge this, it is not possible. Corruption is one such disease that affects every nation and society. Corruption is commonly known as the private profit of public power. It includes extortion, bribery, favoritism, etc. From the modest clerk to the mighty minister,
learn to run them down. Respected contest master, judges, toastmasters, distinguished guests, and my fellow youth leaders. Good evening to all of you. At times, in intense moments, when we are unprepared, cornered, or sometimes even when we are in the seventh heaven of delight, reason leaves her throne. These are the moments when we are in dire need of a crucial range of abilities we call emotional intelligence. It's the emotional intelligence that keeps us in check, imparts the ability before we take corrective measures. Let me give you 2 ways by which we can tame our emotions. Express all your emotions by all means. Emotions need to move. When we try to choke them or halt their natural flow by denial, we are making ourselves sick. It isn't healthy or intelligent. A wonderful way to give vent to our volcanic and volatile emotions is to write them down. Every single detail